Aw, animals.
Glad she didn't become the big cat's food. Residents of Azusa, California were warned to stay inside of their homes after a large mountain lion was spotted in a residential neighborhood on early Monday morning. Before 7 a.m., Azusa police were notified that a mountain lion was seen in the 600 block of West Virginia and Drive, wandering through backyards. While walking home, a 65-year-old woman spotted the giant feline on her front yard, which rendered her too scared to move. According to the woman, the mountain lion was said to be about the size of a small horse or pony. Azusa authorities also added that the lion appeared to be blind in one eye. The staring contest was interrupted when a police officer drove up and told the woman to go inside for her safety. The cat was then tracked by a police drone. It hopped a fence and moved into another backyard, then climbed a shed and hopped into the back of another home. By 9:30 a.m., officials from the California Department of Fish and Wildlife tracked the animal down and tranquilized it. The lion was then taken away to be released into the wild, preferably farther away from people. Kitty wants to play.
Lioness sprouts majestic mane. Vets at the Oklahoma Zoo were downright baffled after one of their female charges began to grow a very distinctly male feature. After spending 18 normal years as a fierce female, Bridget the African lioness suddenly began sprouting a manly mane that by November had already resembled Santa's beard. Curiously, the luscious locks didn't seem to be contagious and hadn't come with any behavioral changes. Maned lionesses aren't unheard of, but usually the extra testosterone feeding the mane of glory also gives them increased aggression and male mating behaviors. In one case, a lioness named Emma's full mane growth was attributed to testosterone-producing ovaries, which then taken out caused the mane to disappear. Bridget's zoo has taken a blood sample to figure out if it's a testosterone issue, though it's also possible she has a benign tumor on the adrenal or pituitary gland. In any case, her handlers aren't too worried, since the extra hair doesn't seem to be affecting their big girl's health.
Just walk away slowly. Two hikers in California got more nature than they bargained for one day during a hiking trip on the High Sierra Trail in Sequoia National Park last month. Seasoned hikers Sam Vonderheide and Brian McKinley were on their first day of their 11-day hike, and while recording their adventure as they walked, the duo suddenly found themselves face to face with a large mountain lion. The big cat stared them down, but the pair managed to keep their wits about them, enough to back away slowly, all the while trying not to agitate the huge feline. This tactic apparently worked, as the two lived to tell the tale. Wildlife biologist Daniel Gammons said both men did the right thing by not acting like they were prey, and made themselves appear larger by waving their arms over their heads to hold off the animal. The men later set up a camp 2 miles away from where they encountered the mountain lion, but neither of them slept that night. And just when they were finishing their hike, that's when they noticed all the warning signs that have been put in place for the visitors.
Cops catch cougars strolling in Canada. A Canadian cougar was sighted by the Royal Canadian Mounted Police last week. The very large animal was spotted in Banff National Park by Mounties and shared in a 7-second clip that's been viewed nearly 50,000 times. The cougar is Canada's biggest cat and can be found in different areas of the country, including Alberta and British Columbia. No word on what the big cat was doing, but we reckon it was just passing through.
Chinese zoos obese tigers anger animal rights activists. Aww, look at those chubby fat cats. How cute are they? Not so fast, animal lovers. While these roly-poly tigers might look well taken care of, the truth is they're being way overfed, and their quality of life is poor at best. These photos of the tubby cats at the Siberian Tiger Park in Harbin City, China, have been circulating on Chinese social media under a lighter tone. Now having reached America, animal activists say their obvious plight is no laughing matter. While they're getting plenty of food, they're also developing problems with their joints and limbs, impairing their ability to walk normally. Siberian tigers are typically solitary creatures, so keeping several of them confined to the same small space is problematic as it is. Making them fat only exacerbates the issue. The tigers also may be getting fat because visitors are allowed to feed them, either by offering the cats beef strips from a tour bus or paying for a live cow, goat, or chicken to be dumped into the enclosure. where the fat cats begin a feeding frenzy. Though the park makes claims of tiger conservation, animal welfare groups counter that that's simply a cover for the production of tiger skins and tiger bone wines, what government bodies in China are actually more interested in. Let's hope for their sakes, tourists smarten up and help the tigers lay off the munchies.